Hey, what's up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How y'all doing? September 11th. I want to give, I just want to be quiet for a minute and just think about the nearly 3,000 people that lost their lives on that day. Um, 20 years ago, the South Tower would have fallen at right about now, and Flight 93 would have been, the passengers of Flight 93 would have been overtaking the plane. So I'm going to shut up for about a minute and just give an opportunity to reflect on the nearly 3,000 people that lost their lives that day. All right. Thanks for tuning in today. Let's talk about movies and shows. So, the latest What If was an interesting one. Zombie World. So, if you're a fan of zombies and whatnot, that was the What If this week. It's quite interesting. Very interesting. I think the actor that voiced Spider Man did a great job. Again, most of the roles are being reprised by the actual actors doing their voiceovers, and that was nice. Um, and Chadwick Boseman, of course, again in the movie or show. So I knew I was supposed to be watching a Batman that was part of the Zack Snyder universe. I wasn't sure which one it was. It was Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice, and I watched the Ultimate version, and 3 hours long. How come nobody told Snyder after the first movie not to try to put so much stuff into one movie? My God. So I thought Superman, and I forget what the actual name of that one was a filled movie with too much information. Holy smokes. Where do I even start on Batman versus Superman? Holy cow. First off, after about 40 minutes into it, I was totally like ready just to walk away from it, to tell you the truth. Um, we're trying to tell an origination story of Wonder Woman. We're trying to tell an origination story of Batman without, and trying to tell an origination story of Joker, putting some sort of hidden meaning message in there of Robin, which doesn't make any sense at all. Literally, before this movie even come out, and I guess it came out like 3 years after the Superman movie, they should have done a Batman movie. They should have done a Wonder Woman movie, and then just told the Batman versus Superman movie. The whole first half of that movie should have been two other movies. Then they could have done Batman versus Superman. And it was just, again, way, 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 way too much stuff in one movie. Way too much stuff. I think the actors did a good job. I think Snyder did a good job getting the actors to perform their characters properly. I had no problem with Ben Affleck playing Batman. Um, I enjoyed Gal Gadot playing Wonder Woman. I believed in the characters. Lex was a stretch. The guy brought an interesting take on Lex, really bringing out his mental condition, and it was believable as well, kind of to some degree. It worked. I really don't have a problem with Lex either. But just, again, so much story crammed packed into one sitting. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely stupid and ridiculous. Stop doing that. And God, if Snyder doesn't get that message, there's going to be no hope for this universe. That's all I can say. After watching just those two movies, I can say that. Needless to say, after sitting through 3 hours of Batman versus Superman, I decided to torture myself. I decided to watch the next movie. Do y'all know what the next movie was? Suicide Squad. I swear to God, DC fans, I love you. I love you, DC fans. I love you. I love the DC universe, okay? There was this huge, we talked about this a week or so ago, there was this huge argument over Marvel fans versus DC fans at the movies, claiming that Marvel fans were sabotaging the DC movies, claiming that they're reporting the movies negatively when really the movies were not a negative movie. And obviously with all this Marvel stuff, someone's going to say the same thing about me. What the hell? So I don't remember who it was that directed Suicide Squad. Okay. First off, if you have to tell me the movie while I'm watching it, there's a problem with your directing. If you have to have somebody narrating the backstory, you're not directing a very good movie. The boss, and I don't remember her name, literally, for the first 20 minutes of the movie, 20 minutes of the movie, had to tell me what it was I was watching. I wasn't allowed to figure it out on my own. I wasn't allowed to enjoy it. I wasn't allowed to see these characters develop. I wasn't allowed to enjoy watching their backstory. I wasn't allowed to enjoy the movie. I had to be told what I was watching. And the people she was telling, they didn't seem too interested in it either. He didn't care. He couldn't even stop eating his meal to give her the time of day. It wasn't a big story. Nobody cared. She's going to tell this huge story that nobody cares about. So they're telling me the story for 20 minutes. Telling me the story. I didn't come to be told a story. I came to watch a movie. I came to be immersed in the actors bringing these characters to life. Will Smith and the character that played Flag carried the entire movie. Those two characters made that movie. They were the only saving grace for that entire movie. And I don't remember, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I don't know the actor's name that played Flag, but Flag and Deadeye, they carried the whole movie. The other actors overacted. They were just too live, too real, too much. It went beyond believable to unbelievable. And which again was poor directing. So Suicide Squad was an absolute disaster. And same problem with the first two movies, too much story. You're going to sit there and try and tell back stories of Boomerang and Deadeye or Deadshot or whatever Will Smith's character was, Harley Quinn, Croc, 2 or 3 other characters. I don't even remember who they even were in the movie. And then tell me their story instead of giving me 10 minutes of a story and ruin 20 minutes of the film by telling me your story. It gets worse. Not done yet. At 1 hour into the movie, we're halfway through. I couldn't even remember who the bad guy was at this point. I could not even remember what the story was about. Obviously, it was about the Suicide Squad, okay? I couldn't remember who they were fighting. I couldn't remember who the bad guy was that they were assembled to take out. I was like, wait a minute, who the hell are they fighting? I don't even. What is even the story at this point? I swear to God, I'm not overacting or not making up. I could not remember who the bad guy was. And guess what happened at that point, too? They retold the first hour of the movie because they realized that nobody knew what the hell was going on at this point. So now, the first 20 minutes, they told us the story. 1 hour into it, when you're so far lost that you have no idea what even is going on anymore, they tell you what you just watched. So truthfully, if you're going to watch Suicide Squad, you can just start at 1 hour into it and know what is going on. You don't have to watch that whole first hour because they're going to tell you what it was that you missed. Throw the movie on, go cook you a dinner, pick up the kids from school, make them get their baths, settle down, pop you some popcorn, hop down in your chair, sit down there, turn it on 1 hour and say, what I missed. She'll tell you. They'll tell you. They will tell you what you missed. You don't have to worry about it. Jesus. It was just so sad. It was really, really sad. I mean, these are things that could have been done better. Could have been done better. And Leto's character of Joker, again, deserved an entire movie. Batman Joker, Leto Harley Quinn could have been an entire movie that would have made a lot of money. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Poor Joker didn't even get a chance. Didn't even get a chance of a story. What in the hell? So I don't know what next movie is. I'll be watching it this week. I'm praying to God it be a better movie. Pray to God it's a better movie. So that's my rant and rave. And now I understand why everyone was saying what they were saying. It wasn't a matter of hating DC Universe. It was terribly done movies. And it wasn't the actors' faults. It really wasn't the actors' faults. It wasn't the director's fault in the first two movies. It wasn't Snyder's fault in the first two movies. The writer's fault. And in the third movie, it was the director's fault. But just, oh God, they're just terrible movies. Terrible. And I'm sorry to say that. I know that will hurt a lot of feelings, but that's the absolute truth. It's absolute truth. So let me back up here and see what I missed while I was ranting and making everyone extremely angry at me this morning. I'm terribly sorry, but that's my opinion, and I think I'm speaking I think I'm speaking the truth. It's really my opinion. So good morning, Toys Mafia. Good morning, Jake. How you doing? CBS Sci-Fi. Those photographs of Brent Spiner look really good of the new next generation Data character. So I guess QMX is not doing it anymore. I'm not sure, or did they change names or get bought out or something? But that Spiner sculpt looks really good. Looks really good. I like the weapons too. Great detail on that. Digger Ann says, good morning. How are you doing? Robert, how's it going? How you doing? Happy Saturday, everybody. Iron Man suit, the Mark 50, wouldn't protect him totally 100% from a zombie. Yeah, if you remember, though, and I don't want to ruin this, but he was bitten by a way that I think they showed it when they showed the one Avenger being bitten, and imagine that he bit the other one the same way. So think back to Avengers Endgame when they had to get the Tesseract. Remember how they did that? So obviously he's able to do that. But yeah, no, I'm with you. You would hope that. But yeah, I think that's probably what happened. They just didn't show that. But I think that's probably what happened. They showed the first Avenger, and that's what I imagine probably happened. Stay away from Snyder stuff. I love the Hot Toys figures. The figures look great. And another reason I don't collect them is because I would buy them all. I would buy every single one of them. I wouldn't be happy with just having a Superman, a Batman, a Wonder Woman. Even if I bought just the Justice League versions of them, which would make a complete collection, especially with now Cyber, I forget his name, is coming out. But I would buy them all. And I don't have the room nor the money to continue with the Marvel collection. Jesus. And the Star Wars that I've started buying by accident. My Batman stuff is Adam West. Yeah, campy as hell, but enjoyable. I mean, they knew they were making a campy show back then. I mean, they would have a guest star that would stick their head out of the window of one of the skyscrapers that Batman and Robin would be scaling during the show. So here's Batman and Robin climbing up, scaling a high rise, and open a window, and there'd be a guest star, some movie star or actress, television actress, somebody would stick their head out the window and talk with them for a few minutes. They knew it was a campy show. They had a good time with it. But yeah, it was good entertainment and exciting and something we enjoyed watching. And the Joker then, Caesar, what's his name? The Penguin, all of the ones that were created back then. Now, when they transitioned that over into the Mr. Freeze, Danny DeVito Batman movie, they carried the campy on too far. The television show was meant to be campy. The movie should not have been. And that was kind of a fault with that movie. Was it Batman, George Clooney's Batman? What was that one called? Was that Batman and Robin or Batman Forever? I don't remember. It was one with Mr. Freeze and the Penguin. That was a mess because they tried to make it too campy, and that was a problem. It shouldn't have been. The movies should have been more serious instead of trying to go back to the Adam West days. Michael Keaton nailed Batman, though. Absolutely nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Nolan, I enjoyed Nolan. I seen the Heath Ledger Joker one, and I've seen the one with Neeson teaching him how to become the Batman. I enjoyed both of those. Val Kilmer and George Clooney really didn't have a chance to be good Batman. I did like the scene. I think it was the Val Kilmer Batman where he was in the circus and he wanted to tell everyone he was Batman, but everyone was saying they were Batman. So kind of interesting take. I enjoyed Jim Carrey's Riddler. Again, campy. Campy was bad. Campy in the movies is bad. Anytime you make a campy movie, I don't know what to say. I'll leave it at that. No version of perfect, but they all have something great. That's a good way of looking at it, Robert. Shazam might redeem the line. Okay. Adam West has the most faithful to villains without alienating stuff. 89 is a visual masterpiece. Nolan had a better storyline, minus part 3, and Snyder had the best Batman fight scene ever. Which one was that? Did you see? I have not. I fully intend to. I need to take time to get to the movies. I need to see Free Guy. I need to see Shang-Chi. And there's this movie coming out, or is out now, with Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne, what's his name? Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. I want to see that too when that comes out, if it's not out already. So I need to go and just spend. I used to many years ago. I would go in there. First off, okay, there was a time back in the 90s and 2000s when actually starting in the late 80s all the way through the 90s until the early 2000s, I didn't pay for a single movie, and I saw every single movie for free, every single one of them, and I wrote reviews on movies for that time frame. For about 15 years, I wrote movie reviews, and so I got to see them all at Tuesday before they would come out that weekend. And so I saw them all, good and bad. And that was really nice. Really enjoyed that. And then when I stopped doing that, I would still go in like on a Saturday and just sit there all day and just watch every movie that was out. Start at 10 o'clock in the morning, and whatever the first matinee showing was, movie, and leave at midnight or whenever 1 o'clock in the morning, whenever the last movie was done. And I enjoy movies. I enjoy the whole experience of going to a theater, immersing yourself in the giant screen, enjoying the movie food, whatever it is, a hot dog, hamburger, or I mean, a hot dog, nachos, pizza, popcorn. I mean, I doubt that there's any question about whether or not I enjoy food. I love food. And I normally eat too much food, not a matter of the bad food. Obviously, pizza, hot dog, popcorn, buttered, salted popcorn is all bad for you, but I don't necessarily eat bad food. I just eat too much food. I overeat is my problem. But I would spend just all day, just going to the theaters. And as time progressed and work became more demanding, the time in the theaters became less and less. But I would still go at least once a month, at least twice a month, or try to get there at least twice a month. I would go at least once a month. And then with COVID, that shut everything off. So I need to get back into that habit. Matter of fact, I belong to the Cinemark Club where you pay whatever $10 a month and they give you one movie. I think I've got like 28 movies saved up or something that I need to redeem. Normally they cut you off like after 10 and they won't give you any more movies even though they're still taking your $10. But because of COVID, when the movie theaters were closed, they couldn't take away your movies because they weren't showing any movies. So I've got the movies stacked up. I just need to get out there and watch them. So I need to get out there. I really want to see them. Got a bad feeling the Flash Batman will suck, but I hope it's good. Who the hell was that in Batman versus Superman? Was that the Flash? Again, story that made zero sense. What the fuck? And I couldn't even understand what he was saying in the first place. I have no idea what it was he was even saying. And I don't even know what he was even doing. I think it was supposed to be the Flash. I think. But I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh, God. Willie, how you doing? Good morning. You're hearing me rant and rave, and I'm sorry. It's kind of what I've started doing now in the beginning of the first of the show is ranting and raving, talking about the movies and the television shows. Bruce looking anorexic. You know what was there was this God, what's his name? There was this graphic novel I read made by one of the famous Batman people. I cannot remember it, but it was Batman in the future and an older Batman. And it's kind of what was coming to my mind with Affleck. He was playing the older, tired, done with it Batman, you know? And God, what was the name of that graphic novel that I read? It was really good. Another thing I thought was interesting was when, I knew that the nuclear weapon wasn't going to kill Superman, but I didn't understand why it affected him as much. I assume, though, when he got hit by the nuclear missile, when it detonated on him, that it blotted out the sun. Because if you remember, Superman gets his energy from the sun. Literally, he requires sunlight in order to have his power. And if he doesn't get that, then he doesn't live, more or less. That's his weakness. His weakness is, kryptonite, and he requires the sun. So I'm assuming that's what happened with that nuclear blast at that moment that the blast happened, which I would have thought would have been the same thing as getting sunlight energy as anyhow, that it would have like over juiced him, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just blots out the sun from it being so bright and the debris and whatever created, even what debris would there be in space. But I was a little confused on that. But that's what I'm assuming was what they were saying. That with Superman being that, and it was interesting when they killed him. I enjoyed that. What was it? What was it? Superman, was it Superman 500? Was the death of Superman? And then they had all the other. They had the Superboy came about, and then they had the guy that built the metal suit and carried the sledgehammer, and then they had the Superman clone, and that was an interesting storyline when that came out. Gosh, when was that? Back in the 90s. So I enjoyed the death of Superman in regards to it being, the death of Superman, but it didn't, of course, I don't enjoy Superman dying. I don't want Superman dead. That's a fact. So that was interesting. Very interesting. Caught me off guard. I didn't expect them to kill Superman. So that was interesting. Sorry if I ruined the movie for you that came out 8 years ago by telling you that Superman died. But that kind of caught me off guard. I didn't expect to see Superman die. James Gunn's Suicide Squad, I heard, was actually good. James Gunn isn't the one who directed this. See, is he making a new Suicide Squad? I hope so. James Gunn did a great job with Guardians of the Galaxy. Really did a good job. And, thinking of the Guardians of the Galaxy, bringing together those characters, and each of them are a character in the movies. If that's the direction they want to go with the Suicide Squad and make them characters, and I mean a character, like someone can be a character, I don't know, not like a character, not like Batman's a character, not like Ben Affleck displays himself as a character, but a character as in the jovial, don't take them serious type of a way character. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy characters are characters. If you understand that interpretation or definition, that's what I'm trying to say. If they're going for that direction, which it kind of felt like that's what they were trying to do with the Suicide Squad without making it campy, thank God they didn't make it campy, then that might be a good direction, and maybe James Gunn can do that if that's what he's doing, if he's going to redo the Suicide Squad. So I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah. Oh, nice. Nice. I got notice that my rescue is coming. I'll be happy to get that. Final Fantasy. Nice. What was it? I seen a meme one time that said, that they'll be done with, I guess it's Final Fantasy when they get to 29, because they won't make a Final Fantasy XXX. Yeah, everyone passes on Adam West, but he was very faithful to Batman. Remember, his show was in the 60s, so he was representing the Batman from the 50s. Now, I want to comment on Batman in regards to that. What it seemed as you're watching Adam West portray Batman was that he had every gadget with his gadget belt on him. Batman literally goes into every battle prepared. Batman, if Bruce Wayne, i.e. Batman, has an opportunity to study his opponent, if he is prepared to battle him, be it just a few hours or be it years of preparation, because he's been planning this all along, he will not lose in a battle against him. The super genius that Batman is, the money that he has, and the development of tech that's available to him, he cannot be put into a situation that he has not prepared for. Period. Batman can get himself out of any situation that he's already imagined could happen. And Adam West Batman did that. They couldn't put Adam West into a situation that he couldn't get himself out of, because in theory, you would imagine he's already thought of every single scenario of how to get out of it. And it's all stored in his brain or on his gadget belt. Period. Quicksand, sharks, flying, he's already worked a way out of it. Just give him time to execute it. And they did that with Adam West. But they did it in such a way that it was like, oh, give me a break. You just happen to have shark repellent on you? Yeah. He surely did. He's got shark repellent on him. I hate to say it. Batman's walking around with shark repellent. True. Absolutely true. And Batman's a little crazy. He was made crazy. And I kind of liked how Michael Keaton's Joker and Batman um, asked the question, who created whom? So I don't know if that Batman Joker creation story is the only Batman Joker creation story. I don't know what they consider the canon Batman Joker creation story, but in that Batman Joker creation story, the Joker created Batman and Batman created the Joker. Then the two fed off of each other in a weird symbiotic way. And I enjoyed that, believe it or not, way of them depicting it. So that's interesting. And I don't know if that's the creation story with all of the Batman Joker stories. I don't know if Joker always creates Batman, and I don't know if Batman always creates Joker. But in that Michael Keaton 89 Batman Joker story, the Joker created Batman, and the Batman created the Joker. Snyder, Clooney, and Kilmer, laugh out, great Batmobile for Kilmer, though. All the Batmobiles, oh God, all the Batmobiles, all of them. Snyder's Batmobile was pretty cool. I agree. You should watch the animated Death and Reign of the Superman. Okay, I'll have to look that out. I'll have to look that up and check it out. I prefer Dark Apocalypse War. Awesome movie. Actually, hated Superman because I got a black line right across my screen. So I'm trying to read the sentence. What he forced everyone to do, but he was just recovering from death of Superman's storyline. What he forced everyone to do. And so I'm going to be continuing my DC universe to catch up, and then I will stay on top of them with the Marvel universe and anything else that's going on, and no longer allow myself to be distracted away from these storylines. And like I said, I didn't see DC universe just because I didn't have the time to go see the movies. I didn't take the time to go see them, and it had nothing to do with anything else. And I've got plenty of time now to do these things. So I'm definitely going to go see these movies and continue watching the DC universe. All right, thanks, Robert. Moving those up. Appreciate that, man. All right, so what do we have? Got some Jow dolls coming in today, and I've got, don't know what this is. I opened it because I wasn't sure what it was in the first place. Then when I seen that it was a figure box, I was like, all right, I'll wait. Ah, I know what it is now. Some of these companies, 1/6 Outfitter, 1/6 Kit, some of these companies really take and do a good job packaging these up to get them out to you. Sideshow for years would just use the brown shipper and entrust it to whatever FedEx, UPS was going to do to it. And then, of course, if you're buying your toys directly from Hot Toys, they don't even come in a brown shipper. They just give it to you in the regular box. So I appreciate the time and effort that these companies go through to protect your figures during shipment. Even though the box should be well enough, it's nice to have a good looking box also. I've got dozens of these corner protectors here. And no, I didn't care for Harley Quinn's acting. I didn't care for the character, the way she was being portrayed. It was just overacting. Overacting. Will Smith and Flag, they carried the whole movie. Leto and Hardy, they didn't have a chance. They deserved their own movie, and they didn't get it. And that's bull. Luxury edition Vicious. So if I remember correctly, this is a Vision. Is it the Vision from? It's made by Flashpoint. I don't think I've ever had a Flashpoint product. I don't see a number on here as in to it being FPO1 or FPO7. I don't see anything that differentiates it from anything. Just Flashpoint Vicious Luxury Edition. Comes in a shoebox. We used to call this the Hot Toys Plop. Hot Toys used to come with these black styrofoam. So this is Vision from WandaVision. So this is definitely not going to be a character. It's going to be in everyone's collection. I can guarantee you. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. Suit was really soft. Really soft. Trying to see if it's textured or if it's a printed image of this. I think you call this houndstooth. If this is a printed image or if it's woven material. That's what I'm going to look at here on this suit. My golly, I believe this is woven material. Wow. This is woven material. That's aces. If you can see that. That's not printed. That's not printed onto that. That's not a cream colored cloth that they printed the dark lines onto. That is woven. That's quite impressive. Very impressive. Very impressive, actually. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to his shoes in the show, but I would have thought for a fact they would have put him in wingtips. So I don't know if these are accurate to the show, and they didn't put him in wingtips, Why they didn't put him in wingtips, I couldn't tell you. I would assume that they would have, being the era that this show took place at this time. He should have been in wingtips. The detail on this tie is amazing too. Sheesh. They actually tied the tie. They tied the tie. It's a real tie knot on there. And oh my goodness, I'm afraid to pull the handkerchief out of his breast pocket, but I think it comes out, and it looks silky. I doubt it's silk. I'm sure it's polyester, but he has his pocket square is it appears can come out of his breast pocket. Great detail on this. My goodness. Um, I can't tell. I think the buttonholes are fake, but they're done on both sides. It's like they just sewed some thread through to represent the buttonhole there. Got a little string here that's got to come off that buttonhole. My goodness, this is quality piece here. I'm gonna need to get a little snippet there to cut that off. I don't want to pull that thread. Could be problems. Maybe I'll burn it off. Not sure. Jeez. And the coat pockets are real. Are you kidding me? Somebody took pride in making this coat. They did it right. My goodness. The belt appears to be leather. Golly. He is pretty dapper. Now, of course, this wouldn't be sewn there. So if you want to, for realism, you can undo that. But they've sewn that down there to make it look nice. The pants pockets are real. My God. They really went over the edge on this, okay? It's just, they went way more than they needed to. And I'm glad that they did. My goodness, I am just blown away by this. This is probably the finest 1/6 suit I've ever seen in my life. I don't have many of them, but this one is amazing. I'm just, and it's all about the suit here. It's totally what's going on. If you need a dapper guy, right there, buddy. I ought to get my vision over and we can compare the head sculpt. He looks like he's supposed to me. He looks like he's supposed to. Looks like Paul Bettany. Let me go grab my vision. just a teensy weensy little bit shorter, but Vision's boots appear to have a little bit of a heel on them, so that could be that difference there. And Vision's a little bulkier than civilian Vision. The neck is weird. This Vision's neck is different than this Vision's. Just look at the head. Wow, very uncanny, very similar. Very well done. Possibly the same artist? Could that be? Wow. Um, wow. I mean, I'm literally looking for any difference here. Okay. I think I found a difference. Okay. So in the process of this, they, when they craft the first head, and then they start pouring molds out of them, the molds get damaged, and some detail ends up getting lost in later created head sculpts over the first head sculpts, and that might be what I'm looking at. I'm wondering if they used the exact same mold here. But a couple of differences that I'm seeing here are, and I mean, gosh, this is probably the only difference I see between these two head sculpts, is right along this line right here, on this jawline, right down here. This one is just a teensy bit longer than this one is. And right here at the earpiece, this one is very squared. The points here are very squared. And this one is more rounded. And that could be, like I said, as the molds were used over and over and over again, the squareness that was originally done became round here. Or it could truthfully be that this sculpt is just absolutely faithfully reproduced as this, but not from the same mold. Either one of those are totally possible. On the cheekbones of the Vision, they are, put the glasses on just to make sure that I'm seeing what I think I'm seeing. They are virtually smooth, just lightly textured, and on this Vision here, they are not as defined in regards to carved into the figure, but they're more defined as in their appearance and color. But for fact, on this Vision, this earpiece here is totally squared, totally, and this one is rounded at the corners. And the jaw, that piece of the jaw is different. Other than that, identical. Other than that, totally identical. And if I remember in the first place, when Vision came out, he wasn't true to the movie, anyways. So I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing. Um, This one is a little bit lighter, and I'm talking about minusculely lighter shade, and only because I'm holding it next to it can I even see that. So there's a little more white in the paint mix than this one has. It's a little deeper, and I'm talking about one adjustment in the shading. It's not like a lot. Um, his hands are more silver than here. A little bit lighter than the head. Same thing though with Vision. His hands would be lighter than the head too, because I see that same thing here. A little more silver in the hands compared to Vision on this one. So a great Vision sculpt. Great Vision sculpt. The suit's a dying thing. They probably won't be wearing suits at all in 20 years. But this is a great suit. It breaks at the foot and everything. Um, I hope we don't. I don't. I hope we don't. I hope we never stop dressing up. You know what I mean? I hope we always have a moment to dress up. I hope that never stops. Let's get the other accessories out of here. Oh my goodness. Oh, I should have bought two of these. Why did I only buy one? Oh my goodness. I pray I bought a second one. I pray I did after looking at this bottom here. Oh my God. Okay. So what do we have here? We have a second head sculpt. Oh my God. Okay. I so totally wish I'd bought another one. Oh my God. I hope I got another one coming. Oh my God. Jeez. I don't think I need to say anything else. I've wanted this from Hot Toys for years. What else is there to say? There you go. So we get those hands, we get two fists. We get two choking, grasping hands. And two relaxed hands. And how do these differ from the hands on here? Ah. These two relaxed hands are painted in the same scheme as this head. So if you're going to use this head, then you'll use these relaxed hands. Same relaxed hands as that, only painted in the color of this. So you have another one of these, and you want to put this on it. I don't know how well this will go. So this piece stays with the neck. It doesn't go into vision. So we'll take the piece out of the head. But I think the head's deeper. So we'll see how it turns out. I have two visions. May need a shorter neck. I may have a shorter neck someplace. I'll know here in a second. Yeah, need a shorter neck, and I think I have one. I think the neck joint came with Mysterio last week. Will work. It's shorter. Put that back in vision. I think we're in business here. I think we're in business. Oh my God. So I suppose if you were industrious, you could put a coating over the rest of the division here. I am not. I am not going to do that. I'm not going to dust him like they did with the Deadpool to give a dusty Deadpool. But you could do that here with this easily if you have that capability. There you have it. Definitely put something a little tall on that. If you could get an even shorter neck piece there, or something to that effect, or maybe swap out the head um, socket to get it in there. Push that down just a teensy bit to do away with that giraffe neck. But it definitely tells the story. For fact, tells the story there. Now, to show you why I say I should have got a second one. The classic Vision suit that he wore on Halloween. Oh my goodness. I'll have to check my record to see if I ordered the second one. I hope I did. God, I hope I did. Oh my goodness. Miss Kate. His suit. The zipper in the back. His shorts. Wrist. Feet. Sneakers. Little foot peg inside of there. Put it onto the body. Oh my God. I pray that I ordered a second one. Please tell me I ordered a second one. Little WandaVision image there. Staticky. Like the television screen. It says Flashpoint on it with their logo. And I don't remember their names. Two little guys. Little twins. With little bonnets for their heads. Little caps. Skull caps. See if there's anything else hidden away in this. Nope, that's everything. What a nice surprise. What a nice surprise. Nice surprise. a great figure from a company called Flashpoint. Hopefully they'll continue on making quality figures. This is pretty quality. This is pretty good quality. There was a term that was created 10 years ago called Hot Toys quality, and how manufacturers would strive to meet Hot Toys quality. I think Hot Toys has lost that. I don't think Hot Toys makes Hot Toys quality figures anymore. I think many of you agree with me on that. Maybe some of you that disagree, but I think many of you will agree that that's the case. They do not make Hot Toys quality figures anymore. They did. They did for a very long time. Not anymore. This is, I'm very happy to have this. And I've got to either, I've got to get this, I've got to put this vision together. He's got to live. We have to put this together. No doubt about it. Kind of reminds me of the Loki character in the Loki television series as well. It's nice to see this homage to the originals. Very nice. Very nice, actually. Keep this separate. That belongs to Vision. That belongs to Vizio. Got to get this Vision built for fact. What do you think of the Marvel Zombies? I thought it was a pretty good movie or show. It's quite interesting. And I enjoyed who they chose to be the heroes in it as well. It was a good combination of characters that proved themselves. And I think it was done really well. It was done really well. Quite interesting. I'm loving the what if storylines. You know, and they were always an interesting comic in the first place. So to see it in this way, and I have a feeling, you know, what they're doing with Scarlet Vision and Loki and Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the what if storylines is they're literally setting up the movies. I truthfully believe that the movies are going to play off of the events that are happening in all of these television shows. So if you're not watching the television shows on Disney, I wouldn't say that you'd be lost, because I can't believe for 1 second they would alienate the audience that doesn't watch the television series. However, Disney does have a history of alienating their audience, Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy. So it's quite possible that they may, and just leave you out there scratching your head as in this to what in the world is going on in the movie because you didn't see the television shows. But I doubt it. I don't think it would be good advice for them to make the movies and not at least explain what is happening in the movies. But I have a feeling what's happening in the television shows are definitely going to be totally reflected back on to in the movies. I don't have any question about that at all. Feige's in charge of them still. You know, the Godfather over it all is still in charge of them all. So he hasn't stepped away. He's still running the show. And as long as he is, go for it. I mean, Jon Favreau is in the What If, and he was one of the founding fathers of this whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. He made Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2. I think he did both those movies. And, you know, his fingerprint was the beginning life of it all. So I'm happy to see him still involved in it as well. So yeah, I'm enjoying all of those. My favorite one of them so far probably was the Star Lord one so far. I mean, they've all been really good. The Star Lord one, for fact, was probably my favorite out of all of them so far. Doctor Strange being the second, my second favorite. Then Captain Carter would be my third favorite. So the zombie one would probably be right after Captain Carter. And um, I think that's how I'd rank them. If you haven't seen them, and they're not in order, you don't have to watch them in any particular order. Each one is their own individual story. It's not a series. Like watch a Scarlet Vision or Loki or Falcon Winter Soldier. You can literally just watch one and know the whole thing. But if you were to watch only one, I would probably say Doctor Strange would be the one to watch no matter. No matter. Doctor Strange. That would be the one to watch for fact. Yeah, Nick Fury's day was good, but I'd put the zombie one over Nick Fury in my preference of favorites to worst. And Star Lord's my favorite, but I would say if you had to watch only one, I'd watch this Doctor Strange one for fact. If you're one of these people that are like, I don't watch cartoons, my wife was that way. I couldn't get her to watch any of the animated nothing. She ended up watching something. I don't remember what it was. Oh, the Spider-Man multiverse. She enjoyed that. And I was like, you did? Let's watch more. And she's like, no, I'm not watching any more cartoons. She did not like them. She didn't enjoy that. She enjoyed the art, again, like I do, the art that the actors are bringing to life. Um, she had met Ben Kingsley in real life. So she really was enjoyed his interpretation of the Mandarin, even though they did it so poorly. They really did Ben Kingsley wrong. And I did see Hail to the Chief, Hail to the King, Hail to the Chief. I forget what it was, which was like the after story or trying to clean up the Mandarin story. And now I'm looking forward to seeing this in the theaters to see if they continue that and get that whole thing straightened out. Because Ben Kingsley really needs the respect that he deserves. He's a wonderful actor, and he did a great job giving us that character. And for them to treat him the way that they did, oh, that was terrible. That was terrible. The character, that was terrible the way they did that. But I hope they straightened that out in this movie. I hope they tried to straighten it out with that little 20-minute little Marvel featurette. I think it's called Hail to the Chief or Hail to the King. Showing Ben Kingsley and the Mandarin in jail. That was good. But the Ten Rings have always been in the stories, in the movies. I mean, even in Ant-Man, it was there. So they've always had a drive to get back to that and to continue that story and get it set right. Because the Ten Rings are a bunch of bad guys, right? All right, Jow Dolls. So what I got here, they're all detachable feet, big bust, are the ones that came in. A little sticker's coming off. I've got to, let me just tape it on. Don't want to lose what this is. I have not yet figured out the code for these Jow Dolls. I was totally under the impression that they only made big bust figures, and I'm so wrong. And trying to find seamless feet for them specifically for my Joy. I have one seamless foot one that actually is a Jow Doll. I thought it was a Jow Doll, then I second guessed myself, thought it wasn't a Jow Doll, but it is a Jow Doll. The seamless foot one is JOQ09F BS01. That's a seamless foot. JOQ09F BS01. That can't be right because this is detachable foot. Well, let's open this one up first. I can't believe that my notes were wrong. JOQ09F BS01. This says detachable foot. My notes say seamless. I've got a seamless doll over here. I'm sorry, action figure over here. If you can read that. Now the other advantage of Jowl dolls is there's like, I don't know, 9 colors, where Fison gives us 2. And that's not always true. Fison does have these different shades that they do for special characters, special figures, but this is seamless. So right here on the outside it says detachable. It's not. It's seamless. JOQ09F BS01. That's what it says on the bottom. Somebody hand wrote that on there. And it's seamless. Big bust. So this is my figure over here, which I thought was a Jowl doll, but I wasn't sure. So I've got to try to figure out this code and it was with the Jowl dolls. I give you the head pegs with a screw in there for different head sculpts. I give you a little bikini. Nice articulated rod here. Figure stand. 2 versions of this looks a little new. I don't remember seeing it all like this. I think they've changed this. So I call this a bicycle lock, like a seat goes onto the stem. Many different applications. You would lift it up like that, tighten it down by spinning it, and then as you tighten it down, you would push it closed to lock this in place on your pole. It's ribbed, textured, so you can put it around other poles as well. Hard plastic. And they give you the option of having the waist squeezer, which is what I like for the females. Or you can swap it out with the crotch grabber. And I think this is real. I don't remember seeing I don't remember seeing this setup on my other Jowl dolls. I don't remember seeing this. So you would swap it out with the waist squeezer. So that's nice. This is nice. Jowl however you say it, and I'm probably saying it wrong, paints the fingernails on their hands, so it's easy to figure out which ones are theirs from that. So we have a two finger hands. We have two trigger finger hands. Two clenched fists, and they really did a good job, I'll say, on the fabrication of this fist. When you actually see all the little wrinkles and such going down deep into the fist, instead of it just being blurred together, which seems to be the problem with many of the other figures. They just kind of just pass on that detail. A lot of detail there. Zhao's really getting with the program. I would say they're trying to take over the spot that Fison filled so completely for so long. Zhao's starting to become a little bit of a heavyweight contender here, I would say. Two holding fists. And then two relaxed hands on this figure. And there's the detachable feet. Little toes are separate. Which is neat. I don't think Fison does that. It has full-on ankle pivot, full-on total ankle pivot there. Great articulation in this. Seamless foot. Great articulation. Still can't kick their butt. Fison, you can't do that either. Can't kick their butt. Full articulation, butterfly shoulder, neck joint. Multiple bends in the waist. Full articulation. They could just get her to kick her butt. The body looks beautiful, beautifully sculpted, anatomically correct, biblically speaking. Still the problem with the seamless feet. She won't stand on her own. You'll play hell getting her to stand on her own. You really don't go for the seamless feet for anything other than certain specific reasons. Stockings look great on a seamless foot. They don't have that bunched up area there where the ankle meets the foot. If you put stockings on a detachable foot, it just makes the seam all the more worse. So if you're wearing stockings, putting stockings on your character, you definitely want to have a seamless foot. Or if they're going barefoot, you want a seamless foot. Other than that, attachable foot works fine. Butterfly joint includes a shrug. She can shrug. Great. Great, 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 great. Larger size pegs for the wrists. And this is color of this skin is they call it white skin. WS, white skin. Take these hands off, put them in the drawer. The sort of figures without their hands. Put the hands in the drawer. I can't get this hand off of this wrist. I hate doing this. That's a seamless foot. So I need to find a seamless for my Joy. Loving this base. Definitely use this base. Let's make a note on this that it's a seamless. And the picture on the outside of the box shows seamless. Brand new version 3.0, ball joints, articulated stainless steel, and POM skeleton. I don't know what POM stands for. Seamless. Foot. Seamless foot. 09F. Well, this one says F. This one says B. That one says B. Let's open up this other F. Let's see if F is what the seamless is. You guys have any idea? I've not seen the Venom reviews. Is Venom out? I do have Venom on order. I wonder if you can just kit bash him. You're talking about Vision? Just buy a head and suit. For fact. For fact. I've got a head right here. Because this is going to stay this. And that head right there will work. So maybe a Fison. But then you have the neck issue. And if you put a Fison in, you can't use this. So I suppose you'd have to use some other figure, a regular figure instead of a Fison. So yeah, for fact. Sure could kit bash him. Totally. Just buy a body. It's a regular male body. 100% would work. 100% would work. Let's open up this other F. F may be the key to seamless foot. Even though it says on here, European shape, non-detachable foot. Non-detachable foot. Wait a minute, does this say non-detachable? Oh my God. Non-detachable foot. F. Gee, am I stupid? Don't answer that. Swear to God, don't answer that. Don't you do it. I know you want to. Non-detachable foot. Non-detachable. 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 It's right there. Jeez. F means non-detachable foot. I scribbled that out. I wrote seamless. It already says non-detachable. Tell you. Non-detachable. Non-detachable. All of these say non-detachables that I got. They're all Fs. Well, well, well. However, they're all big bust. So all these are non-detachables. Beautiful. F is non-detachable. JOQ09F, WS, wheat skin. No, white skin. WS is white skin. WS01 is new white skin. BS is wheat skin. So what was this one I just opened up? God, I'm dumb. So that was BS01, new wheat skin. This is a WS, white skin. So the one I just put away was new wheat skin. I called it the white skin. It wasn't. It's new wheat skin. This is the white skin. Let's get the skins out. Let's look at skin comparisons here. Oh God, I'm gonna get these all confused. I'm not gonna know what goes in what box. Somebody stop me. Out of control. All right, let's keep these in order to some degree. It's probably out of the shot there. That's all right. We got to work on this giraffe neck too. All right, let's see these skin colors. Okay, this is pale. This is white skin, and man, it is white. This is pale. This is almost Lady Death white. Almost, not quite. It's definitely white. No doubt about that. So I know she's not going to stand on her own, right? Putting them on their knees only to get them standing up. Okay. We'll put them all out here so we can get the skins compared. All right. So that's the white skin. This is the one I just unboxed. Let's get her out here. New wheat skin. BS01. This is the one I just unboxed. BS01, new wheat skin. WS, white skin. New wheat skin, white skin. WS. This is a WS01. So that's the 05B detachable. This is a seamless. I'm asking for trouble here. Try to keep these in order, so I can get them back in their same boxes they belong in. This is WS01 new white skin. So this is a little pink compared to the white that one is. Straight up total white. This one has some pink in it. This one's almost glow in the dark white. So this is like zombie white, or, well, zombies are gray, but real close to Lady Death white, but not white white, but it is white. And that's pink. This one was the first one. What was it again? New wheat. BS01. New wheat, white, new white. BS01, WS, WS01. BS, BS01, BS. It's so hard at times to perfectly match head sculpts to bodies in terms of color. I tried my darndest to tint the Ephison figure to match Ray's head sculpt, and I couldn't do it. And I tried my darndest. I might want to revisit that with a Ephison, a Jowl doll. Let's see how that turns out. All right, so we have now WSO1, WS, BSO1, BS. Wheat skin, new wheat skin, white skin, new white skin. Joy is the yellow YS. Brown skin, black skin. Brown skin, big bus. Where did I put this one? Don't know where I put it. This is this is the YS, yellow skin. On Joy here. This one they call black skin. And they're detachable, so that stand up. And this one is so the YS stands for natural skin. And this is the brown skin. Where's it? Who did I put that on? Was it the other Joy? No, I have a feeling. Don't remember if the other Joy was the brown skin one. Don't remember. God. So I don't have a brown skin one to show you. I swear I don't remember whether this is a Fison or a Jaldo. I'm sorry. I really don't remember. Maybe you guys can remind me. I'll have to check my video logs. So there's your color skins of the jowls. Not exclusive because we're missing someone, the brown skin one. But you can see all the different shades right there. Does this Vision costume come off? This Vision costume come off? Oh, I'm sure it would. Whether it was designed to or not is a whole nother question. No, it's sewn on, so it's not designed for you to come off. But of course, you can take it off right in the back. Take it off and put that one on it. Would be one way of doing it. Definitely have to get a good fit here. Probably going to have to remove this peg up in here and put a higher peg up inside of his head to get it down to where he's not giraffe necked. But definitely going with this for fact. That's definitely happening. Wanda and Nat won't look right. It looked like they went to the doctor and got breast implants. So they have the small breast figure. So all these are the big busts, and literally that's what they're called, big bust figures. And so theirs is the small breast bust figure on this one. Here's a new white skin small bust. So it should be that. So same color as this one. Detachable foot, small bust. What I'd like to find is a seamless, non-detachable foot, small bust. That's what I need to find, a non-detachable foot, small bust. So they make them in small and large breast sizes. For instance, Pepper and Natasha. And I think that's smaller than the Fisons do. So, if that answers your question in regards to that, everyone has been kit bashing those characters with Fisons have been putting the larger breasts on them in the first place. So there you have them with the smaller breast already. So, perfect for Natasha. Figure out her skin tone and put her together in that manner. So I've ordered a bunch of jowl dolls. I've ordered every single one I could find on the market. And I'm trying to find a seamless small bust for Joy. So I have this that works, right color, head matches the body, but it's detachable foot, and I want a seamless foot for that. So that's my mission in life currently. So thanks for tuning in this week. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Thanks for listening to me rant about the DC movies. I hope they get better. I'm not sure which one it is I'm watching this week. Whatever comes out after Suicide Squad. I'm watching them in release date order, not chronological order. I always disagree with the chronological order, no matter. For instance, they tell you to watch Captain America first and then watch Captain Marvel second. And I'm like, no, that's stupid. Even though it's a lot of flashbacks and even though it takes place in those time frames, it still takes place literally in the time frame to which the movie was released. So if you try to watch it in chronological order in regards to when the majority of the movie takes place. There's portions of the movie that just don't make sense. So unless you're planning on stopping it at the point when they catch up to today's time, and then watching Iron Man and Thor and all those other movies to get it to be in order in that manner, which you're not going to do, don't waste your time doing that. It's ridiculous. Watch them in release date order. That's how they were made. That's what makes the most sense. So we're going to watch Endgame first. I'm trying to remember whether or not when Tony goes back and Steve go back to get the serum, the Pym particles. Was that before or after Captain America was born? Right? So we got to watch Endgame as the first movie? Is that how you have to do it now? No. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. God, I hope I get these back in the right boxes. Okay, yeah. I'm good now. I hope you guys enjoy my reviews of these movies. I hope you don't hate that portion of what's going on. Maybe I won't see a DC this week. Maybe I'll make sure to go see, I don't even know what the name of it is. The Marvel movie. I'll know the name of it after I see it. That's a fact. So if you're needing figures, I hope this helps you guide you towards the color that you may want or need. And it appears that the F letter denotes seamless foot. Because I don't know what the E stands for, though. Got to figure out their code. European shape, maybe? Doesn't make any sense. Because they have B for Asian shape, E for European. Could that be the case? B for Asian, E for European in shape. B for Asian, E for European, and F for seamless foot. So maybe that's the code. That's what I'm noticing here. E European, B Asian, F seamless. Only guessing. Well, they may just be pulling the numbers out of the air. What are you going to call this one? Give that an E. Well, what was that one? That was a B. Why? I don't know. E comes after B? No, C comes after E. It says you. You're telling me E don't come after B? No, E does come after B, but E doesn't directly come after B. Did I say E came directly after B? No. So why are we calling it E? Because it came after B. I don't know. Who knows? You'd assume if E stands for European, then why wouldn't A stand for Asian? And if F stands for seamless foot, how do you know whether you're getting an Asian or a European? Logic. Logic. Like I like the old stories. Why do we park in driveways and drive on parkways? Parkways are pretty rare nowadays. Not many highways called parkways. Why does material sent by ship called cargo, material sent by car called shipment? All sorts of interesting backwards words like that, right? Logic. Logic. No wonder the Vulcans hated us so much for so many years. So you're telling me you put a cargo on a ship and you put a shipment in a car and you park on driveways and you drive on parkways. That's right. It's illogical. Yeah. Well, E stands for European and B stands for Asian. I don't know. There's got to be some logic to it. I watched the story of the figures, and I forget which figure it was when they were making these back in the 70s. I don't remember if it was the Star Wars figures or which figures it was that the story was, but they were asking the owner of the company that was starting to release these figures, 4.5-inch figures. They asked him how big to make the figures, and he said about that big. Sometimes that's the whole reason for something happening the way that it did. Because somebody said, no, about that big. Make those B, make those E's, and make those F's. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this vision. I'm totally blown away by him. Totally. And extremely pleased, beyond belief, to get this. And I'm going to get this head down on this neck better. This is how he's going to be displayed for fact. And I've got to see if I ordered another vision to put this together. I may have to buy another body. If I didn't, I pray that I ordered another vision. I pray I did. And that's a snazzy suit. No matter. That's a snazzy suit. And I'm happy to see this new accessories coming with these Jow dolls. I don't remember seeing all this before. This is all very new to me. So I'm assuming this is new. I love these waist grabbers. And I love the way that they've done this to be able to be tightened down around the pole. That's genius. E and B and F? I don't know. I don't get that. So thanks very much. I'll be here next Saturday, obviously. I don't know if you can see anything I was pointing at because I'd moved the camera down. That's what I was talking about. And that's what I was talking about. And so I'll definitely see you next Saturday. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends where to go to get their news on 1/6 scale. And if you feel like sending me a tip, www.patreon.com/SIRIEMERALD. Siri Emerald. And I enjoyed times with you. And Enjoy your weekend. Remember the 20th anniversary. We promised we'd never forget 20 years ago. Remember the innocents and the first responders that gave everything. So thanks, guys. I will see you all on the next video. Peace. Love you. Bye.